So, what did you like to do for fun with your friends when you were a teenager? Did you have a favorite spot to hang out? What time did you have to be home at night? And did you get into any trouble while doing it?
Okay, as a teenager, what we enjoyed doing for fun is we enjoyed playing sports, and so we, if it was during school, I would be playing soccer, I would wrestle, maybe play basketball, but I would do activities with my friends,
Mm-hmm.
typically outside. A place that we enjoyed to hang out was at an arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Those really don't exist today in the way that they did back when I was young, but we'd all hang out in the arcade. Up until I could, well, up until I was a junior in high school, so up until I was 16, I had a curfew of 10 o'clock at night where I had to be in the house at 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then junior and senior year, it was midnight, as long as I was in the house by
Okay.
midnight. And did I do anything to get in trouble? I think the thing that I did that got me in the most, well, one example, we were at a McDonald's with my friends, and we took ketchup packets and sprayed them on this guy's car, and he saw us do it, and he chased us for a pretty long while.
Okay. So, when you were a kid, what did you like? What did you want to be when you grow up? Like when you grew up, like.
When I was a kid, what did I want to do when I grow up? I think it's hard to say. I mean, what age are we talking about?
Like
Like 8, 9, 10, or are we talking like teenager?
just like somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think I wanted. I was. It's not the most like exciting thing, but I
Mm-hmm.
think it was that I wanted to be in business. Yeah.
Okay. Um, out of all your brothers, who was the most troublesome? And like describe what each brother was like. So, out of all your brothers, like.
The most troublesome was my brother Mike,
Uh huh.
and then what they were each like. My brother Alex was a little bit on the spazzy side, so
Mhm.
things would, he had a very small wick,
Yeah.
so things would set him off,
Mhm.
and he would go, he'd get very upset.
Yeah.
My brother Dan was very reserved, a little more quiet,
Mhm.
and my brother Mike was was again a little more on the reckless side.
Okay.
Didn't really follow the rules.
Um, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear,
Mhm.
um, my biggest fear would be being in a position very high up where where I'm not in a very secure place. So like being on the top of a building and on the edge of it, like 100
Yeah.
stories high,
Uh huh.
and like there's no fence or there's nothing to hang. Like
Oh.
being in a very
Yeah.
high place,
Mhm.
but not having security.
What was some things that you would get in trouble for, like just like throughout your childhood, like the.
I talked a lot in school.
Mhm.
Um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was. I kind of was, I acted up a little bit. I acted up a little bit with my friends when we were together at school,
Mhm.
but I still got good grades. But it,
Yeah.
mischief. Hmm?
What do you know now that you wish you learned when you were younger? So, like what was one thing that you learned like right now where you wish you learned when you were younger?
What do I know now that I wish I knew when I was younger?
Hey.
I would say that I wish I wish what do I if I could go what I know now that I would would like to have known when I was younger.
Aren't your brain still developing and all that stuff?
No, sir.
I would say maybe the importance of of working hard, being focused.
Yeah.
I worked hard. I worked hard when I was younger. Scratch that. I would say maybe how to work more efficiently. That it's not just about how hard you work, but it's about the kind of work that you do, the quality of the work that you do. Yeah.
Who are you most like, your mom or dad, and how are you how were you like them?
I think I'm most like my dad, and I think there's a lot of qualities, but I think one is that I always try to keep a sense of humor.
When was the last time you cried with sadness, and when was the last time like you cried with happiness? So if you've never cried with happiness, then when was the last recently when you cried with sadness?
Last time I cried with sadness, I would say when my dad died. Okay. And then time I cried with happiness. The last time I cried with happiness?
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
the
I cried
recent time.
when you were born.
Oh. What was the last event that changed your life? This one's
The last event that changed my life. So I would say when you guys were born.
okay. What was one thing that was embarrassing that me or Alex said or that you would like never forget?
You or Alex?
Me and Alex, or
Either
Both,
both
yeah.
both of you?
sure, or just one of us.
Jeez. Embarrassing thing?
Or like funniest thing, either of those. Or like one thing that you would like never like forget.
Oh, let's see. Funny, embarrassing, sad. What are we talking about here?
Let's do funny.
Okay. You were in swimming,
Okay.
and you guys were at the end of your swimming class. You didn't do it every time,
Yeah.
but sometimes at the end of your swimming class,
Mhm.
you guys would jump off the diving
Yeah.
board. And one time at class, you ran off the diving board and yelled "cannonball"
Mhm.
and did a cannonball.
Mhm.
That was hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
I think I dared you to do it or
Yeah.
something, and
Yeah.
you did it. So yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that's good. It's about you. Don't worry about Alex.
Yeah. Who cares about Alex? Hmm. Let's see.
Hey.
What was the best thing that ever happened to you?
You?
Okay. So,
And then mom.
okay. Speaking of mom, how did you propose to her, and what were you feeling?
So I proposed to mom, and I surprised mom. And mom was going on a trip to Puerto Rico, and so I surprised mom and bought a ticket and met her at the airport and proposed to her at the terminal before we got on the plane. And what was going through my mind was that I was just very nervous and that I wanted it to kind of go smoothly. And, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, all of a sudden, Nani cancels the trip or something. You know, I just wanted
Yeah.
it all to kind of
Yeah.
to work. But I was nervous.
What was your favorite story about me, Alex, and Dinos? If you had to tell one person one story about like all of us or one of us, what would you say?
So my story for you would be the time that you were in, I don't know how old you were, but you were in, no. My favorite story of you, there's a couple, but my favorite story of you was when you were at Wild Rose
Yeah.
and you guys were doing your variety show. And at the end of the variety, well, not at the end of the show, but at the end of like there were a lot of people like singing and doing,
Yeah.
and you sang your solo, and it like everyone's jaws were hit the floor, and you impressed everybody that night, and me,
Yeah.
and we were very proud of you, and just the way that you sang and held yourself. I taped it and put it on YouTube. It was very good.
Cool. Okay.
You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
And there was another one, and the other
Yeah.
one was when you were in ballet, and you guys were all dancing,
Yeah.
and at the end you gave like a kiss to the crowd. I remember that too.
Yeah. What is one event in your life when you wish you did something differently, or when you regretted it, or regretted something?
Oh wow! I don't have many regrets, Sienna. Um, of regret or something I would have done differently.
Yeah.
maybe that I would have gotten involved with sports more with you and Alex
Yeah.
when you were younger.
Mhm.
And not waited until you guys were older.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
When they come back around.
Um. Oh, so
You know.
what was what was Yaya and Papu like? Since I never like physically met them, what was the best memory you had of them?
Yeah. So they were. They were very loving people,
Mhm.
very caring people. Um, they they loved each other,
Mhm.
and but you know they were also very kind, and they showed love. They loved each other.
Mhm.
They were kind, but they also expected you to do the right thing,
Yeah.
and weren't afraid to tell you when you needed to do the right thing.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, just very always there for me when I needed someone to talk to, or um, you know, if I had anything I needed help with.
Mhm.
Um, I think for for all of my younger cousins that like my mom
Mhm.
had spent time with, she was always giving
Yeah.
to other people. She was always showing her love.
Mhm.
She had a lot of friends. My dad had a lot of friends. They were always there for whoever needed them.
Mhm.
And I know that if they were here with you now, um, they would constantly
Yeah.
be around you, show you their love for you. Um, yeah, they were good people.
Okay. Um. So, what would you say if some like young person came up to you asking what was like the most like what's the most important thing for living a good life?
Most important thing for living a good life would be to do the things that make you happy.
Mhm.
And I think thinking through, taking risks,
Yeah.
thinking through your choices
Mhm.
in order to avoid having a regret.
Yeah. Um. What was the best advice someone gave to you? Who gave you that advice? What was it, and why is it so important to you?
So it was my dad,
Mhm.
and it was to live your life as much as you can without regret.
Good. Um, who would you say was more strict, your mom or your dad?
My mom.
How was she more strict?
Yeah, just was very made sure that we did like I said before, made sure we did the right thing,
Mhm.
and was not afraid to tell us when we weren't doing the right thing. And no matter how many times we may not have done the right thing, she continued to make sure we did the right thing. Never gave up.
Yeah. And What's your purpose in life?
What's my purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, my purpose in life.
Or
is-
what's your philosophy?
My purpose in life, or my philosophy, is to, love my wife and raise my family, and I think that's ultimately what I feel life is all about, is loving someone else, and raising a family,
Good.
having children.
Good. I think we're all done.